Hello, it's Bud. We're going to talk about a concept today of equal spacing, and for our equal spacing we're going to use stars on a field. So I'll be right back. Okay, we're going to start with a design board of 14 by 14, and we're going to put some grid lines in there. Bring this thing up a little bit so we can see a little bit better. Alright, now that we've got that, I want to divide this. If I look at my layout and my snap, I see that the snap interval is ½ inch. I'm going to start by doing a snap to grid. I'll turn it off after a while. And I know that there are 14 squares to get to the center. I've counted them, 2, 4, 6, 8 in that respect. So I'm going to draw a line on the 7th one. Bring this up just a little bit easier. Let's see. 2, 4, 6, 7. And I'm just going to let that line there for a minute. And do another line. 2, 4, 6, 7. Okay, now I can bring this back down. I just did that so that you got a better feel for what's going on. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to extend this line all the way across. Extend this line all the way down. Ooh. Let's see if it's the right 2, 4, 6, 7. Okay. So they're on the 0 and the 90. Okay, so this line I'm going to lay out, and I'm going to mirror vertically. And then I'll go to this line, layout, mirror horizontally. So now we see that I've got equal spacing of 4 blocks across and 4 blocks down. You can see the center line of the project board as well. Okay, that just gives me some sanity to what I'm doing. If I highlight all these and make them a group, that just helps a little bit more in that respect. So now what I want to do is I want to go to the basic things and get under the centers. I'm going to get a star, and I'm going to come over here and I'm going to place it so it snaps to a grid and it snaps to the top one because of where I had my pointer. So I brought it down 1. Now I want to go to layout, snap, and undo the snap to grid. Layout, center horizontally. Now I've got the square. Get this up here a little bit more. So now what I want to do is bring it down so that my red dots are under the top line and just above the bottom line. And if I make this bigger, I can get any size I want. That looks pretty good. Now the thing I want to do is I want to do an outline because I don't want the raster carve. I just want a flat star with a couple lines. I'm going to do an outline, and I'm going back to the star, and I'm going to do a second outline because I want 2 lines. Alright, now I am done with the raster carved star, so I can throw it away. So now I have 2 paths. I'm going to highlight first one, and I'm going to go get my V bit, 60 degree. I'm going to make the depth 100 thousandths, and I'm going to make the inset a 100 thousandths. I could also use fractions of, say, 1/10, which would be the same thing as 100 thousandths. I'm going to click on OK. And that gives me that path. Now on the other one, I'm going to get the same V bit. Going to make the depth 100 thousandths. And just to show you, I'm going to this time use a minus 1/10, which is the same thing as 100 thousandths, but it's in decimals, and do an OK. So now I have 2 paths. As you can see, the one's a little bit of a radius to it, the other one is straight in. That's okay. It's the way I want it. So I'm going to highlight both of these, and I'm going to do a group. And I'm going to highlight the group as well, do a copy, and a paste. So now I have my second group, and I'm going to bring it down to here. Again, get the red dots within my dotted lines, top and bottom of this field, top and bottom. Layout, center, horizontally. And I've got that one done. I'm going to go back and do another paste. Just bring the board down here a little bit more so we can see what we got going on. Again, my dots just inside the top and bottom white line. Layout, center, horizontally. Do a paste. Bring this one down. Layout, center, horizontally. So now I have all 4 going down the board. They are centered left to right, and they're all together. So now what I want to do is I'm going to do a select all. I'm going to hold down my control and click on the groups. Oops. I don't want this. I don't want that group. I don't want that line. I want this group, this group, this group. And that's it. So I'm going to group those 4 into a group of its own. And now let's see if I can go layout. I can't do anything there, okay. Let's see what I got here. Okay. Well, let's just see. Alright. Well, I made a mistake in that they're not going to be able to move. So I know what I did. Okay, I've ungrouped the groups. Ungroup the groups. Okay. So let's just undo to get out of the groups. Rather than rebuilding this lesson, I'll be right back. I'm going to ungroup all the groups and I'll come back. Okay, I'm back to my original 4. So if I go here and go layout, center, that one's not centered. Layout, that one's not centered. Layout, that one's centered. I've got to turn off that center. Layout, that one's centered. I've got to turn that center off. And make sure all the centering is gone. I've got them laid out the way I want them. I just got to turn off center because I don't want them to be locked there. Alright, now highlight the groups I want. And group. And highlight that. So now I can move these up and down and everything else. Bring this down just a little bit. I'm going to make it 0.5. Let's see what that does to me from the top. Looks pretty good. So let's highlight them again. And let's make this 0.5. Rather than trying to do it by eye. Okay, they look about the same. So now all highlighted. Copy, paste, and now let's see if we can move them over to here. That's a 0.5. Hit escape because that's right. And I'll make this a 0.5 from the center. What I got here? Okay. 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. Close enough for government work, I guess, at this point. So now, if I take this group, skip the lines, and go to layout and mirror horizontally. Give it a minute to do it. Get rid of my grid lines. Oops, it's not the one I want to get rid of. And there we have it. Basically, they're all aligned. It's a little more complicated than some of the others because of a field within a field. I do have a potential in some cases to use a line by the top of the image or the side, the bottom of the image, right side, left side, whatever. But in this case with the double stars, I wanted them so the lines were concentric inside and out. But that in a nutshell is one way to equally space stars on a field. And I hope you enjoy the lesson.